My name is Huneeus, and I was one of the speakers at the X conference in 2007. And basically my presentation was about the UN initiative, a little bit of the history of how the UFO issue was brought into the United Nations. This was back in the 1970s under the sponsorship of the government of Grenada, the little island nation in the Caribbean. And even though later that government was overthrown and the initiative therefore didn't go anywhere, at least it provided a framework, because a decision was passed or was approved anyway by the General Assembly that calls for the establishment of a small department or unit within the United Nations, preferably the Outer Space Committee, to investigate, collate, and disseminate UFO reports from all member nations. So that provides a starting point. And basically what we're looking for is for another country to pick it up where that was left. Because the way the United Nations work is you must have a member nation. Even if you had a general secretary that was a great promoter of UFOs, he couldn't do anything. It has to be brought by a member nation. So basically that was at least part of the material I discussed. I also talked about the UFO briefing document. This was one of the projects sponsored by Lawrence Rockefeller in the 1990s. There was also a panel about that, the various initiatives that were taking place during both the Carter and the Clinton administrations. And my involvement was just in the help writing and produce this one document, the UFO briefing document. And I mentioned as well some of the official studies that have been conducted in some other countries like France, Chile, Russia, China, and so on. Because the one thing that can be said for sure about the UFO or extraterrestrial-related phenomena is that it's global by nature. That is the one thing where I think everybody in this field can agree. And as you know, people disagree all the time in this field about whether the aliens are good or bad, or whether this case is a hoax or not, or whether there are more government documents about this incident or not, whatever. There's many disagreements, which is to be expected because we're dealing with a mystery. But the one thing where I think we all can agree is the UFO phenomenon is by definition a global phenomenon. It happens all over the world. It doesn't matter what is the political system, what is the culture, the religion, the geographical location. Of course, it's going to be treated differently in different countries because the sociological aspect might be different, that depending on the culture in a given culture, in a given country, and also the time. It changes, it varies from one decade to another. But it is reported everywhere. That is universal.